Hello. So today I'm going to do a very quick video on starting a music shop and what money you need to get a music shop started. So the be all and end all really is you do need a lot of money to start a music shop. Probably to do a music shop right you want about 150,000 quid. I'm not even joking. You wouldn't believe how much money, things that you don't even think about. You know, the plectrum box, it's about 600 quid. The initial string order will probably be 1,500, £2,000, and that'll be your Slinky account. Then you're going to stock D'Addario, you're going to stock Rotosound, you're going to stock Elixir, you're going to stock, and there's loads of other things, Dunlop, etc. So yeah, to do it right, you want about 150 grand, I'd say. Can you do it on less money? Yeah, of course you can. When I started my shop, with 600 quid. And you think, really? 600 quid? It's like, yeah. I had 600 quid on a credit card and I maxed it out just doing a Rotosound order. Just buying some Rotosound strings. And the credit card was full. And so what I did is, at the time, I was lucky at the time. I was a still am, well-established guitar teacher. And I got a little bee in my bonnet because students were coming in and they bought new gear. And I thought to myself, wow, I should be selling them that gear. I shouldn't be letting them go to the local rival music store. I should have a shop and I should be selling them their first guitar or that pack of strings or a tuner or a capo and stuff like that. So that's what I bought. I bought 12 boxes of strings, some capos, tuners, and some plectrums maybe in little bags. You know, the little player packs, the 12 pieces. Maxed this credit card out, and then sold to my students. Sold these bits to my students. And then I paid my credit card down, probably chucked some of the lesson money into it as well. Got it paid off. And maxed it out again, bought more. So that's another way of starting a music shop. And it was always safer for me to do that because it was never, I didn't want to go down the route of borrowing 30, 40,000 pound from a bank in one fell swoop because I didn't know whether the shop was going to work. When I started my shop, the internet was really starting to kick in. The online retailers, the bigger shops, were really starting to take custom from local music shops. In the past, that didn't happen. Local music shops were fed through local people. Then all of a sudden, people were coming in the shop and be like, where'd you buy that from? There isn't a Black Star dealer in our area. It's like, oh no, I got it from Anderton's. Got it from GAC. But they were bringing it into the shop when it broke, They didn't want to send it back. Oh, I've lost the box, I don't care. Can you sort it out? So all these bigger shops started to, become our local competitors as well. So I didn't want to go down that route of borrowing a load of money because I'd ended up with the debt around my neck and no stock to show for it. So I didn't want to put my neck out. I got a young family, married. I didn't want to do that. That wasn't going to be how I did it. So I just did it in bite-sized chunks. And over time, all of a sudden, it's embarrassing to start because you say, I'm opening a music shop and you've got no stock. But after 4 or 5 months, you've got a bit of stock. And then after a year, you're starting to look something that resembles a music shop. You've got some music stands and guitar stands and some strings and your plectrum box is full. And you've got half a dozen unbranded guitars that no one's ever heard of. But stuff starts to sell. Yeah, that's one way of doing it. And that's the way I did it. And I'm glad I did it that way because I got to a position where I got a shop full of stock. I got two very well-known big branded guitar amp lines in the shop. One was Marshall, one was Blackstar. I was the main dealer for Blackstar and Marshall in our area, which was a huge thing for me. So it's doable. You can get to that level and do it slowly and build it up. So if you're thinking about starting a music shop, that's one way of, that's, if I was going to do it again, which I wouldn't, I would never do it again, but if I was, I would do it the same way. I would do it the same way, because if you do get the big loan, or if you put, you know, if a relative dies and leaves you a lump sum, and then all of a sudden you start a music shop and you spend all that inheritance, you can very easily lose it, you know, or it can just be sat on the wall in stock. And if no one buys it, that gear's just sat there, you know, until until someone buys it. And sometimes it can take a long time to turn that stock over and bring the money back. So yeah, if anyone is wanting to start a music shop, I'm not saying don't do it. It's going to be hard work. It's going to be unbelievable. And if you've not, you know, you've got to have a massive, massive, massive drive to get a music shop, to get any business, not just a music shop. If you were selling TVs or fish tanks or anything, you know, it would take a massive amount of effort, and you've got to be prepared to put that effort in to start any business, but especially a music shop, guitar shop or something like that. You need to totally dedicate your life to it, and I would say do it in smaller chunks. But the main thing that you must do is you must get another revenue source coming in. Mine was guitar lessons, guitar teaching, and then I slowly got into repairing instruments. Once you can get established for teaching guitar, that brings guitarists in who want guitars and plectrums and strings, etc. So you get this, you know, this round robin of customers. And then once you build the shop brings in people that want to learn to play guitar. So then it starts to feed your music tuition side. So if you want to do it, but be prepared to put a hell of a lot of work in, sacrifice hours and hours and hours on YouTube, on building your website, on going and seeing local open mic nights, go and meet the local people that are playing guitar and playing drums or playing anything that you're trying to sell. And yeah, good luck, because you will need it, because it's not easy. But yeah, I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight into maybe starting your own music shop. If you've got a lot of money, be careful with it, because you can spend it in a heartbeat. You won't believe how much money 12 guitars cost, you know, because that's how you have to buy them. You buy them in 6s and 12s and stuff, and strings and everything else. But yeah, any questions, please ask me in the comments. I owned a music shop for nearly 20 years, so I know a bit about it. So I hope that helped. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz. See you soon.